Hi, this video will be about Quizlet, and Quizlet is a program, or I guess online website that I use for vocabulary. It can be used for decoding as well, and I've done that a little bit, but I would say I found the most success in vocabulary, and they continue to come out with more updates to this program. All you do is go to Quizlet.com. You can create a free account, so I've done that. You can sign up with your Google account. They also have a teacher upgrade that costs money, but it's not very expensive. So I've thought about doing that. But it's really nice because in the teacher membership, like it says, you can track student activity. So you can see who studied and how. You can look at what words the student struggled with, and then you can set the progress. So, if you have a student with a vocabulary goal, that might be a good idea to get something like that. And I know that the more teachers that sign up, I think the cheaper that it gets as well. So, you have to create a class, so I have my class here, and then you can find different study sets, and I'll show you what that looks like, or you can create your own. So these are just ones. I created some on my own, and then some I found as well. So as you can see, I just found some with the NWEA vocabulary. So students, we went over that before that they took their NWEA, and that was really helpful because then they were able to see some words that might show up on those tests. So you can have more than one class under one account. What I do just to search Quizlet, you can actually search one of your curriculum names. So I use a curriculum called My Sidewalk. So I would often just, in each unit and week, they would have different vocabulary. So I just would type in the curriculum, the level it was at, what unit and the week, and search. And they had that on here. So I think there's a lot of sets on here. So if I want to view it, I can look at the words that they have here, the vocabulary words, and then their definitions, and then they have a picture with it as well. Okay, what's nice about Quizlet is students can use this just to practice on their own. There is an app for this as well, and it reads it out loud to them. So it says it out loud as it clicks on it. Survival, continue to live, keep going. So let's say you want students to practice it. They can just hit flashcards and go through it. They can start with the audio on or off. They can start with the term. If they have the audio off, they can still click on it and it will say the word, and then they just got to click down here to get the definition and then move on. Okay. There's also other little game things that you can play with this. The learn section is, it will give you like a sentence, and then you have to fill in the blank. So if a student doesn't know, they can do that, and then it'll give the correct answer. And I think it has to have students answer correctly in order to move on. And you can also have this read to you as well. It also has a speller, which I have used if I ever practice spelling words. So they just say the word out loud that they want you to spell. So I believe this is what she said. Yep. So I got that correct. So now it just moved me on. So that's another way that students can practice spelling a word. They have a test. So this is kind of fun. Sometimes I do this with as a class, and you can figure out whether you want it to, what kind of questions you want, what you want them to start with. You can also print the test. So if you wanted to give some practice on paper, you can also do that. After students click, they can check their answers too and see how they did. So obviously I didn't click anything, so I got 0% there. but it'll move questions around and create them for you based on your study set. The scatter, students find this also very engaging. All it is it times you, so we try to beat each other, and you just have to match a definition to a word, and then if it's not right, it will just go back like that one did. So independent, and then it just disappears if you have it correct. So a lot of times we try to compete with other classes to see how fast we can do it, or everybody has their own turn to do it, and then we see who's the winner there, and that's also pretty fun as well. The gravity. So with this, you can select the difficulty. You can see what you want to start with. Okay, so they want you to type the answer, so I would type the definition to solution there. So just a couple different ways to practice vocabulary. Now, the other thing that I have used, that I probably use more than any of those things, is Quizlet Live, and you need 6 students at a time. Sometimes if I have 6 iPads and only like 4 students, I have additional iPads for teens, and I will show you how that works. But it's always going to be on your home screen. Okay, and then you can watch, you can try it, or you can watch a demo, and I'm actually just going to play the demo because it makes it a lot easier to understand how to use Quizlet Live.
So students get to the site, they log in, they put in their game pin, which is really clear. It prompts them to put in their first name. Once everyone has signed in, and count down from 3, and we play. Right, you have the hard content skills that, of course, as a teacher, right, I'm teaching prefixes with this game. I want them to know all their prefixes. I want them to know their vocabulary, and that's a huge benefit. But even more so, they're getting soft skills out of a game like this. They're learning how to give each other eye contact, how to lean in, how to work together, how to communicate with one another in ways maybe they didn't before, how to appreciate the knowledge of another student in the class and not just assume that they know everything. It's great to use before or like right after a quiz or reviewing a material. What comes out of a game like this is just natural gameplay, natural enthusiasm, natural team building, and that's what you want.